The Pro Peloton has some stunning bikes, but which looks the best? We're going to be judging the bikes based on looks alone, but which ones do we rate and which ones do we hate? Let's run through them from the stinkers to our surprising favourite.
Another year of bike racing is upon us.
Oh, I'm so
Yay!
happy.
And there have been some exceptionally busy mechanics readying bikes for the best riders in the world. We've been busy too, ranking the art department's efforts.
Yeah, did they do a good job with the crayons, or was it a bit of a Friday afternoon rush job?
Little bit of a mix of both, I think
Yeah,
we'll say.
yeah.
Right, let's get onto the bikes, and we will start with the worst. Okay, we should preface this by saying we'd happily ride any of the bikes in this list.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, 100%. And this is going to be a bit of a beauty pageant. The limiting factor, obviously, in a race isn't going to be the bike and how it looks.
Now, if you don't agree with our choices, then the comments section is waiting for your opinions. Get them in there.
Intermarché, Wanted Robert, Material. Sorry, Cube, but while this is probably a very fast bike, it isn't one that really gets our hearts racing. There are a lot of harsh angles around the seat tube, and we're not quite sure how Neon Yellow has made it all the way to 2022.
All the way from 1986.
Yeah.
Amazing. Maybe someone in the design department really likes their highlighter. Maybe. Aside from that, huge lettering on the down tube and the fork and the wheels. It's just a little bit excessive.
Wow.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Combine it with a kit that's just plastered in logos, and it's not exactly winning us over. Dave, I'm giving this like a 2 out of 10.
Yep.
Next.
Right. Can you see what wheels Bike Exchange are using?
No, can't.
Cadex!
Cadex!
wheels!
Oh, I still can't make it out.
Now, the team's giants aren't actually that bad, but you're fighting an uphill battle when you combine those wheels with that kit.
Yeah, I'd also say that the blocky paint pattern is about as confused as the jersey. There are some similar paint jobs that score a lot better. It's just that this one doesn't really work. What do you reckon, like 3 out of 10?
3 out of 10.
Moving on, we come to a collection of designs that are fine, they're just a bit meh.
Yeah, first up, Lottos Ridleys. Black, bit of grey.
Yeah.
Wow. There's not a lot going on, which is a shame, because Lotto have had some brilliant bikes in the past.
Proper
Really nice
classy
looking
designs.
ones. Yeah.
The one interesting thing here is that the team have switched from Campag to Shimano. We did see that Ewan and Gilbert used modified shifters, so that might make it easier for them to shift in a sprint, because Shimano offers its popular sprinter shifters, and I very much like them.
It isn't offensive, is it?
No.
It's probably a 5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Mid-table mediocrity. Next up is Trek, and we're talking about the men's team here. What are lovely bikes are let down by the use of maximum font size on the down tube. Plus, the women's bike and kit designs are nicer, but we'll get to them in a bit.
I will give a little tip of the hat to the classic drops on that bike, though. What are we saying, like 6?
6 out of 10?
Yeah. And then we come on to Jumbo Visma's Cerevelos. They haven't really changed from last year, and well, it's a bit of a boring design for some of the most exciting riders in the world. Like, come on guys, you've got Vos and Van Aert on these bikes. They should match their riding style. I'd say another 6.
Another 6. DSM, another team that hasn't really changed its bikes, and again, it's a pretty inoffensive design. It doesn't exactly make you go, wow, does it? 6 again probably is fair.
Part of the collection of OK bikes are the 2 specialised SL7s in the men's World Tour team
you love
this year.
I
have one. Bora Quickstep, rather quiet designs this year, with Bora getting like, it's a smart black to green frame, while Quickstep have this kind of navy blue finish, which is lighter in spots depending on where the light hits it. Seeing as Bora has one of the nicest kits in the peloton, theirs is particularly dull, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, Quicksteps might be nicer in the flesh when you sit in the flesh, but because the bike sets you back a cool 13 grand. 13 grand! Probably you're only going to be looking at it on a screen.
I'm also a bit disappointed that Spesh hasn't done anything special for Cav, and Alaphilippe's bike, that's quiet too. It seems like a case of missed opportunities from Specialized, but I'd say 6s.
6s for both, I reckon. Alpecin has basically the same design as last year, which when you see our winner, might make you think that the design department did one early in the week, and then Alpecin on Friday afternoon.
Yeah, I'm surprised that Van der Poel doesn't have like a tastier paint job. He had a lovely bike for that Olympic mountain bike race,
really
and
nice.
I mean, maybe he just prefers like a simple road machine. At least it's a very pro-looking white. I'm tempted to break out a 7. For this
Okay,
one.
a 7 for that. On a similar note, AG2R bikes, they're very refined. One of the only teams to be using Campag this year. Those wheels are lovely, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
7 out of 10,
Yeah.
pretty much just for that. Because we've got loads of teams to get through still, we'll crack on.
We do. Movistar, and there's a bit going on here with kind of like a blue middle and then a hard line above it and then a fade below it.
Yeah, I mean, it's different, it does work, and you'll find the same bike being ridden by the men's and the women's teams. I reckon a solid 7 for that one.
We like the continuity and the similarities. Cofidis, they have their De Rosa bikes back for 2022. And the design is kind of interesting. What makes this for me though, Dave, is the kit. It's got to be up there with the best we've ever seen from Cofidis.
Best we've ever seen from Cofidis.
From Cofidis.
Starting from a low bar. Funnily, all they had to do was drop the weird sun and the red shorts. Massive improvements. A worthy 7 overall.
Easy. Astana now, and there's a big case of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Villiers of 2021 are back, and we're quite happy to see them back.
Well, you are, because you love a shiny, dusky blue bike, don't you?
I do.
Yes, you do. Interesting to see as well, they've got the latest 12-speed Dura-Ace shifters and brakes and derailleurs, but the chain sets are the older power meter models. So, and they've got the ceramic speed pulley wheel system on there as well, which they're probably buying the group sets in, I think.
That's got to be like a really pricey upgrade. If you go across a 30-ish rider team with a few bikes per rider.
7 out of 10?
Yeah, happy with that.
Okay, Bahrain's design is one that we really like. So the reddy orange on the head tube transitions into black through a block pattern that matches the team kit.
Yeah,
it's really well executed. I think this is the first of our 8s.
I'd agree. Also getting an 8 is Ineos's effort, I think. The red into navy blue really works, and realistically the reason they're getting an 8 is because of Carapaz's bike.
So another shiny bike then.
Yes, he's the Olympic champion, it's gold. What can you say? I also really like the Dogma F, just the lines on it. I think it's just a really nice looking race bike.
Yep. And netting a much better score than the men's bike is the bike of the Trek Segafredo women's team.
Yes.
Same bike, same components, but in our eyes, much nicer colour scheme.
Yeah, I've preferred the women's kit and bikes for a few years now, but when it comes to Trek, I think this is especially the case. They don't, though, escape the maximum font size.
It's a Trek.
A solid 8?
Yeah, solid 8.
Groupama FDJ now they're as French as they come, and their approach to national champions jerseys, I think, is the best.
Yeah. Back to the bike, we love the classy design, the use of white tape. They have to retape every day.
Yeah.
Triple triangle frames aren't my favourite though, so that's good enough for an 8 overall.
Yeah.
This next bike though will be doing a lot of winning this year. So okay, the paintwork isn't the most interesting, but this is a Colnago draped in Campagnolo with Bora Ultra wheels. You don't really get any classier than that, do you? You
might have just jinxed Pogacar's whole season. He will probably win the Tour on rim brakes too, which the purist in me loves. It's an 8 for this one, but we're going to give the 9 to the women's bike. That's stunning.
That is a really lovely paint job. Bit of a shame that an oil state can't find the budget for EPS for the women though, don't you think?
God, must be in a pinch. If you're going to do a mostly black bike, this is how you do it. Hint, hint, Cube. Israel Premier Tech's Factor Ostro VAM is not only a brilliant bike to ride, we know that, I just reviewed it, it looks amazing. That bare carbon base is just, it's smoky and it's gorgeous.
And don't tell me you like the shiny logos.
I do like the shiny blue logos. You're funny that, isn't it?
A solid 9 out of 10 for me.
Easy. Yeah. I'd say time for our first 10 out of 10. Cannondale has once again crushed it with the crayons. This is fresh, interesting, and we want it.
I've never wanted to be a pro cyclist more than I do now.
I mean, you would have to wear the green shorts.
I'm not sure I could pull that off.
No?
No. Another stunner is the Aurum bike of Iola Cometa. This pearlescent white might not be a great choice for around here, but if you spend your winter training in the southern Spain, you have a mechanic to wash your bike every day, that'll really work, I reckon.
Yeah, I also love the shiny kind of SRAM red group set, and the Envy wheels finish it off as well.
Really good looking bike. I mean, if I was going to be picky, I'd have black decals on the wheels.
Okay, fine, but
Shiny black.
Yeah, fair enough. The tan walls for me make up for it. Saving the best for last, we weren't actually going to give a favourite, but this is just too good. It's the Canyon Aero of Canyon SRAM.
Yeah. This bike not only complements the team's kit, which is lovely, it is by itself a stunning design. Yeah,
the theme is titled Capturing the Chaos of the Elements. That might seem a little arty for a bike racing team, but it's what happens when you give a great designer freedom with the crayons.
Yeah. Alton Coyle deserves a rather larger chapeau for designing the team's kit and bikes since 2016, and this one is a really fresh take. Just when it seems that all women's pro team kits are going to sort of a washy pastel fade design.
Yeah. If you are interested in the bikes that we rate in terms of performance, then we have collated 6 of the best pro race bikes where we actually take a proper look at the components used.
Yep, and if you want to get Liam's actual thoughts on Bahrain Merida's Reacto race bike, then his review is well worth a watch.
If you didn't agree with our selection, why wouldn't they agree with our selection? I don't know. We'd like your reasoning, and it best be good. Pop that down in the comments below. Remember to subscribe, and we will see you next time.